It is that for most of us, life is a dance, both beautiful and brutal. And we're called to navigate the duality of what it means to be human. The light and the dark, the joy and the hurt, the love and the grief. I found love when I met Zoran in a politics lecture at university. I wasn't even supposed to be in the lecture. He was dynamic, sporty, larger than life. And later, we were married and had 2 beautiful children, and we established a rhythm in our lives that was exquisite. I love to dance. I've always loved to dance, and Zoran and I danced like nobody was watching. We were pretty good dance partners. In fact, we were pretty good life partners too. He made me look good. He really had a knack, and I could just coast along as his partner. Until one evening on holiday, Zoran died. He was just 36 years old. And I did CPR on him for 45 minutes, waiting for the ambulance to arrive. And when the paramedics said that I should follow the ambulance with my brother and not actually drive with Zoran, I knew that he was gone. And so the next morning, my son asked if we could go exploring. And as we were exploring, I said to myself, it's best that you step forward and take the lead now, girl. And so we needed to learn the shape of the world with Zoran missing from it. And so, as one does, as I was climbing my own mountain of grief, I quite literally climbed Kilimanjaro, and I scattered Zoran's ashes at the summit because it had been on his bucket list to climb Kilimanjaro. And so I was called to show up with courage. And it's amazing how when you faced your very own worst fear and you're still standing, that fear of living starts to dissipate, and that courage starts to grow. And it was almost like I was saying to God, okay, I've survived this. What else have you got? And so I took my 2 children sailing into the unknown on a catamaran called Sometime. So we left our normal lives behind. And as the REM song goes, everybody hurts sometimes, but everybody can choose to heal sometime too. And it's in deep crisis that we face ourselves and that we have a choice. Either we can break down or we can break open. And so when we break down, we get stuck and we can't see a way out. But when we break open, we connect with that part of the us that is real, and we allow ourselves to do extraordinary things. And so I was really fortunate. I was able to love again and to find have a new dance partner. And we added Kira to our family, and things were pretty good until COVID. We were one of the statistics. I couldn't trust my dance partner to show up for me, and so our marriage was torn apart. And I'll never forget a friend saying to me when Zoran died, and she was going through a divorce, I think it's harder to navigate a divorce. Well, I'll say, neither one is easier. They're both hard. And so with this loss, I needed to turn the volume down on self-doubt and turn the volume up on compassion, self-compassion, and grace. Because the truth is I was a coach, and I should have all the answers. And the only answer I had was to let go of expectation and show myself compassion. Compassion is not soft, it's fierce. It's what allows us to stay on our feet when the steps get incredibly intricate and challenging. And so, from that place of compassion, I was then able to add confidence. And not confidence like I have it all figured out confidence, but confidence that says, I'm okay. I have strengths and abilities that enable me to competently cope with my world, that I can rely on me, and I'm my own best resource. And so we come into this world on our own and we leave on our own. And yes, it's the connection that we develop with ourselves, but it's the connection to something so much greater than us. And then it's the connection that we develop with others that enables us to move forward. And so, as Nick alluded to, I love dancing. And I said earlier on as well. And so, Nia is the form that I'm passionate about. And Nia allows us to show up with strength, personal self-expression, and really just be present. What that does is it assists us in times of transition. Because the truth is that when love deepens and loss strips us bare, we can connect with the truth of metamorphosis. And that is that endings are not conclusions. They're beginnings in disguise. And so I'm learning to dance on my own again. Not from a place of isolation, but from a place of being fully alive. Because what I have learned is that grief is the price we pay for love. But I would choose it again and again. And so I ask you, where in your life would you add more courage, more compassion, more confidence? Where in your life would you show up and dance no matter what music plays? Because the truth is that courage is our ability to show up just as we are. Confidence is that knowing that just as I am, I'm good enough. And compassion is the ability to hold ourselves gently, particularly when it's messy, and especially when it hurts, because that's where real love lives. Thank you.